Alright. Hello. Ooh, that's wet. Hello, everyone. Welcome for a beautiful wet Canada race. That's gonna be fun. Where's Vaxi when you need him? Yeah. Good evening. This should be very fun. And hopefully a very good watch as well. My name is Brian, your commentator of, well, that's available here for this season, and we are looking forward to yet another beautiful race. I shall quickly put the stream link in the chat, in the Discord. There we go. Right. That's gonna be fun. I doubt a lot of people had prepared for the wet. Here though, first two people already out onto the track, and it's the Kick Saubers, which will hopefully not DNF immediately coming out of the pit lane. If it is raining throughout all of quali, these might actually be the best conditions we're gonna get. So, being out early might not be too bad. Wet to dry for the race, awesome. And let's go indeed, doggers. Also, I do apologize for the weird buzz you are probably able to hear in the background. Yeah, simple answer to that is I just forgot to get batteries. So, my cable has to be on charge now, or my controller has to be on charge. And yeah, makes that annoying sound, but it's not the end of the world. As long as we have a good stream. Full grid once again. And Sniper Monkey hits the wall of champions hard. He's lucky not to lose a wheel there. That was a huge hit. To be fair, he might be lagging a bit. Seemed like a big hit though. Now, I'd be lying if I said that I knew what a competitive time around here would be in the wet, but I think around like a 1 minute 20 should be decent. With my very high expertise of playing this game. And I think I might be right. Although to be fair, with a straight to go still in 2 quarters, maybe a 25. Don't think it will even be a 25. Again, another big hit of the wall. It's a 27-6 for Sniper Monkey, and it is indeed a 25. So Delano puts that in immediately, and that's the 2 kicks immediately done. Let's go to the Rain King then. This could be lining up for his highest result of the season so far. A man who's always been able to do well in the wet. Can he do it again right now? Schooner goes 6/10 faster on wets. Now, no disrespect to Gooner, he's definitely quick, but if he is 6/10 faster on wets, and then a man that does not have the greatest qualifying pace sets it, You know, it might be time to go on to wets instead of inters. Might be too wet. Licorius gets within 2/10. Dogajit going down the back straight. And goes into P5. That is very lovely. Drifts it into turn 1 as well. Yeah, that's what we expect from Doggers. He is a very fast man in the wet. Dorling struggling, he's invalidated already. Still plenty of time to put in a lap though. And Valunga is now fastest. And of course, people will absolutely start to improve as the session goes on. We're not seeing, I think, anywhere near the times that we're gonna end up with at the end of the session. As Emperor moves himself up to P11. The two Mercs are at the back of the grid, and there is Hilly with his first attempt on the media or on the wets, and with that a little bit of controller traction that definitely does exist. He goes ahead by a whopping 6.5/10. His attempt shall now be followed up by an eager Dorling who would love to continue his pole streak. The only man this season so far who has been able to nail a pole position lap. And yeah, well, if you can do it again, then it's just, well, insane. 24-2 for Gunnar. Dorling goes into none. To be fair, I ain't no pro, so I don't know. Could be quick. Could be quick. Emperor moves himself up from P11 all the way up to P3. So the track is definitely improving rapidly, and there's still 10 minutes to go. So plenty of time for people to really improve on themselves. Licorius fastest. I mean, I don't think it really matters to be overly enthusiastic about quality at this moment, because everyone will keep beating each other's times, and there is the first time into the 22s and a second quicker than everyone else. I mean, just insane. Delano manages to close that gap a bit, but still absolute insanity. Let's go to our debut podium sitter then, JSS. I believe it was last week, could be the week before though, where he got his maiden pole position, and now going back at it, trying to go, or maiden podium, not pole, and now trying to go back at it and put himself in a good situation to as to where in the race he could strategize himself to a podium. Has decided to pit though, so probably thinks it's time for the inters, and it is definitely not raining as hard as it was in the start of the session, so he could be right. Sniper Monkey still going to finish that lap. No, he's not, I lied. Doggers into P3, go on. Will jumps up there as well. It's all so close. Whew. I think it happens often that we even get the wheel spin sound. But Watson made it. Akakev up to 16th. Emperor puts himself into provisional pole. Let's go on with Will. He might be about to start another attempt. And there goes Ryan, who moves himself up to P1. It's only a 10th in it, and that immediately gets beaten by Dorling. So this definitely ain't done yet. There's another like 5 to 6 laps that people could do to put in their final lap time, unless you're in the pit lane right now, of course. Will about to come across the line, and he goes fastest with a 1:21.5, puts himself into that provisional pole position, and now in a very Dog is also up to second. Go on, man. Yeah, this is I mean, it's just changing the whole time. I have no clue who's gonna end up where at the moment. This is a great qualifying. We're gonna go on with Robin. Maybe he can put us for a surprise. And he does not give us that surprise, but it's still a very solid effort for P15. Let's go on to his teammate and see what he can do. Because, you know, JSS has been very good in qualifying. He is purple through the middle sector as well. And he is gonna get a good run onto this next straight. Not a lot of wheel spin at all. And now setting it up nicely for that final corner. Comes towards the line and puts in a time that's good enough for P5. So that is very decent. On to Valungus. He is unusually low down. And, well, he does get a tow from whoever that Alpine is. That might be Robin again. As we are truly into the final few moments of this qualifying session. and Volungis immediately puts himself back up the grid. Question just is this where he's gonna stay? Snipey Monkey has left the session. That's not ideal. The connection isn't great for him, apparently, because he's already been kicked twice. There's a bit of traffic ahead for Volungis, but I doubt he's actually on a lap right now. I wonder who nails this. Who is gonna nail coming out last? Or last across the line and get the best qualifying conditions. There is Watson with a 120.3 at the start of the session. Well, I wasn't sure what was going to be the times, but we've improved by over 5 seconds. You know, I'm sure more time is still to find. And from the one teammate to the other, the one Red Bull is on pole, the other is on a flying lap. But who I want to see is this man, Dogus. Could he have that surprise pole lap in him? That would be absolute scenes if he does, and I will probably yell and make my family mad, but it would be so nice to see. I don't think he's absolutely nailed the timing though. He's gonna come across the line with just under a minute, so it's not very ideal. He is waiting though. He's making a gap. He's looking to get across the line as late as possible. Meanwhile, behind him, people are doing the same. And Dogus crosses the line, so let's see what he does. Wow, that was close. Oh, he's invalidated. Ah, that's unlucky. I didn't even realize he did. Or at least he has on my screen. He is still finishing the lap though. That is unlucky. It's, at the moment, pole position would be for Licorius. JT Gent, the last three are all basically sorted. And here is M. Dorling, who is currently in P17 and hasn't set a good lap time yet. He could be last basically on the grid. He has to improve. It's a huge moment on the exit of the hairpin. He now has a toe, which could help him out quite a bit, but that is also dirty air into these corners at the moment. Pole position is by Delano. It's gonna be Dorling towards the line, and he still manages to snatch it. It's just how? It doesn't matter who you put ahead of him. It is just him. He is him. And it's absolutely unbelievable. And that's been qualifying. Dorling is first, Delano is second, and Licorius third. Good qualifying from the Williams pair as well. And Gunnar, as well, he's probably starting to slowly realize that that championship charge could be over. The gap already 43 points in the championship standings, and albeit a long race, starting in P13 won't be ideal. And Dogus also definitely disappointed after showing promising signs of pace only in P16. Yeah, it's gonna be a quick 5-minute break. I will take use of that. And after it, we will be back. If you're on YouTube, you could just skip about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll get going. Alright, we are back and so ready. Any moment now is when we there we go. And yeah, now we're gonna look at tires. I doubt anyone will be not on Inters. I thought maybe someone would have risked dries, because this looks like it will dry up very quickly. But I don't think you're actually able to do dries. So that will be interesting. Will has de-SQ'd himself with Admiral. That's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal. I mean, ideally you want to warm up your tires in the wet, but it's not that. Cold tires is not that big of a disadvantage as people think. So. That's really only end of lap 1 where I can notice like, oh, my tires are cold, but then at that point they're warming up again as well, so I usually just tend to not warm up my tires at all in the formation lap, as Ryan and Chris also de-SQ'd themselves. That is not ideal again. Let me quickly check if there's anything said about that in the Discord. No. So Dorling will lead Delano, Lecorius and Vatti into turn 1. Delano arguably in a good position if he can get a good start, because then he can just roll around the outside of turn 1. But that takes big balls. Does Delano have those? That is the question. Sniper Monkey and JT Gent round off the grid. And then we shall be waiting for the camera change, which will happen now. And the lights that will go on, they're glitching. And they're off, and we are underway in Canada. And it is an amazing start from Dorling. Lecorius was down the inside. Both Williams have made contact with everyone. So far, clean through. There's a bit of turmoil at the back. There's 3 wide at the back. There's a Mercedes in the wall. That was Gunnar. Gunnar is hit the wall hard. He doesn't have damage by the looks of it. And Bucko as well, losing positions in front of him. Chris and Ryan fighting about. And behind him is Emperor, who immediately makes his way past. And yet, I mean, Dorling had an awesome start. He's already a second and a bit ahead of everyone else. Bucko does that nicely. Look at that behind him. The absolute send from Doggers, who taps the rear of Hilly, who goes into Bucko. This is chaos if I've ever seen it. Hilly also unusually low down. As the rain, from this angle it looks like it's stopped, but it's definitely still there. Fastest lap for Dorling, which is expected as he is leading. And biggest gainer of the start, to be fair, that might be Doggers, and it is. Same with Sniper Monkey. There is Doggers, and Doggers is rounded. He's had made a collision with Akakev, and he's got 10 seconds worth of penalties for it. That is unlucky. And yeah, not ideal for one of the faster guys in the wet. He is now officially locked down the grid. Could all make it up though with a good tire strategy. Here is Delano, and he has caught up massively to the back of Dorling again. And yes, the whole top 6 remains unchanged. The gap starting to spread a little bit. Watson though was very close on Chris, and Watson once again gets a good exit. Also taps the wall, so that's not ideal. But I'm gonna be doing that too many times. But Watson is lining up Chris all throughout that final sector and the first one as well. And now has an opportunity into the hairpin to maybe make a move. All he needs is a good run through here, which he does get. To be fair, so does Chris, but the opportunity is there to send it, and he's going for it. And he's looking down the inside, but Chris very late on the brakes, and that leaves no opportunity for Watson to make a move. And instead, he is now under big pressure from Bucko, who has a huge snap as he exits the corner, and that is immediately pressure relieved, because Bucko will not be going past into the next few corners. Gunnar might on Volungis, because he's getting close, but again doesn't look like he will. Meantime, Hilly and Bucko going at it. Hilly has had a drop down again, by the looks of it. Either Hilly or Bucko did. Actually no, we were watching at Watson before. Hilly just got overtaken nicely, struggling in the wet, in the rain, and now immediately has the big pressure of Volungis behind as well. Volungis is basically pushing Hilly through the corners. This is not an ideal situation for the veteran Brit in P12. Again, there might be an opportunity here into the hairpin, but no one is really wanting to risk yet making that overtake into the hairpin this early on in the race. Well, just being a bit of sturdy cats and probably waiting for that rain to disappear, which will happen, I'd say within now and 10 laps. Which, yes, I know, is a wide berth. That is Gunnar and Volungis going side by side. It's a drag race in towards turn 1. And at the moment it's edging towards Volungis, but Gunnar has more battery. Gunnar swoops it around the outside, and Gunnar back up to P13. Watson and Chris also in the fight. Watson had the look up the inside into the hairpin, but manages to stay behind for now. Has another run into turn 1, but he doesn't have the battery to attack. So no P10 yet for, or no P9 yet for Watson. onto the battle for the lead. Then Dorling and Delano at the moment still very close with each other. Delano had a very good second half of that opening lap, and with that he has managed to get within half a second of Dorling and has a huge amount of ERS to try and overtake, and hopefully will make an opportunity work pretty soon, because he has all the time to do so. He has a big gap to the guys behind, just needs to find the bit of traction that will keep him ahead of Dorling. Delano playing this very cautious, I would even say overly cautious. Then again, Dorling is not an easy opponent to beat, and I definitely think Delano would settle for P2 if that was his result at the end of the race. But right now I'm sure he would want more, and he can smell that P1 as Emperor is into the pit lane. Is this for Dries? Surely not. It is. That is extremely early. It's still raining. This surely this will never work. It's not. It's not dry. If this works, then fair play, but it's not dry at all. Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's already lost a second to dogger seat now. Yes, those tires are, well, cold. And especially in these conditions, that will hurt. But surely not the right call. And, well, he's not dumb. He should know that it's not. It's actually raining more than it was a couple of laps ago. Yet Watson also pulls in. So is it just a tire wear thing then? Can I not make it on tire wear? That could be an issue. Let's see Watson. He is about to exit the pit lane. And he is also on softs, by the looks of it. No, he's on the fresh set of inters. The car just didn't look like it had any pattern on the tires. But yeah, a new set of inters for Watson, which is what I would have done. And you can see they were very close on pit exit. Has already pulled away 2 seconds on Emperor. I don't know why Emperor picked the softs here, but definitely not the right call. Breaking news, Dorling has made a mistake somewhere. I don't know when this happened, but it's completely slipped me, and Dorling is now not in the lead, and in fact has lost out by already a second and a half. Delano is able to push and push good. A fastest lap for Hilly, so track is drying. Dorling is struggling, the rain has stopped now though. Emperor has lost way too much time to still get an advantage of that. That is a satisfying lap time for Watson. But yeah, we're right on the crossover point. Matter of fact, we're over the crossover point. It's dries. It is dry tires. Go, go, go. And Dorling has lost out on that lead in the worst possible time. Will stays out. Let's see what tires all of these guys are onto. Will has to stay out for that extra lap because, well, he's on inters and his teammate was right ahead of him. That will happen with a couple more guys that see their teammates pit but they can't. And everyone is onto the hards basically. So no strategy variation at all. By the looks of it, that's just hards. And Emperor, to be fair, he is in P15, but he is on 4 lap old softs already. It's not helped him at all, and he will have to pit again. So, disaster class for Emperor. Oh, and I see actually Chris has not changed his tires. Who am I on? I am now on Chris. Chris has gone on to a fresh set of inters, and with that he has completely ruined his chances of a podium. Pit stop for Will now. Let's see where he ends up compared to his teammate, but I think that gap will be significant. JSS also into the pit lane. There's Vati. It's not the quickest of pick exits for Will, and well, you can tell he has only lost 1 position though. So that's not the end of the world, and in the meantime Chris is losing time. It's not the right time for Chris at all. And yeah, he's gonna have a huge mountain to climb. Tell you what, it is weird seeing cars use DRS even though the track still looks wet, but the game thinks it's dry enough, so I'm not gonna dispute that. Douglas is into... no, that's not Douglas, that's into the pit lane. Douglas got a penalty, and Emperor is into the pit lane. So he is gonna fall, or he's gonna bite the bullet very early. And there's a move from Hilly on Chris. That is impressive. Chris still not pitted. And to be fair, he's gonna drag that as long as he can and go to mediums probably to finish the race, which could be a saving race, but not ideal situation for him at all. And he does indeed pull into the pit lane. In the meantime, Delano is showing some great pace and he's not letting Watson catch him. Could he do it? Could he be the third winner of this season? That is a beauty of a move by Chris. Just on fresh tires, and he absolutely swooped it around Bucko. You don't see a lot of people do that, but that was awesome. Meantime, Gunnar is close on Hilly, and Hilly and Gunnar both get a penalty for cutting the corner. And to be fair, it is Canada. It's getting dry now, so people will start to push. And that's when the 3-second penalties will start to happen. As a matter of fact, it's probably going to be everyone who gets one. And it could be race deciding if you have a penalty more than the guys around you. There is Gunnar, who swiftly makes it past Hilly, as in the meantime Dorling puts in the fastest lap of the race, so he took personally what I just said, and he is absolutely pushing. Gained 1.4 seconds in the span of a lap. That is very quick, so he's doing what he needs to do. Admiral has the position on Vati will still behind this as well, and his tires will be one lap better. I don't think one lap will make a huge difference, but you never know. And Will looking to get past Admiral as soon as he can, so hopefully his teammate lets him past and then holds up everyone else. That would be pretty epic, but I doubt it will actually happen. Sniping Monkeys left the session. That's not ideal because I cannot invite him back. I think it's also someone else who spun. Akakev. Not ideal. Doesn't seem like he has any damage though. There is the 3. Oh, he does. He has big wing damage. And there is the 3-second penalty for Will. So basically everyone with a penalty now except for that top 3. Which is probably why they are the top 3. Well, what I wanted to see was actually Jordan catching up on Delano, but Admiral is pushing to get past Vati. So that's what we're looking at firstly for a bit. As Bucko has also had a bit of a mishap in Sector 1. And there is the 3 seconds for Delano. So Delano probably won't be winning this race. Okay, so Vati pitted. That's weird. He also gets a 3-second time penalty again immediately, so that's him up to 6 now. But it's weird. I don't think he would have pitted. So yeah, not ideal again. But I'm curious to see how this will work out. First challenge is immediately up ahead, because as you can see, that is JSS and the Alpine right ahead of Vati. So Vati gonna have to make quick work of that and get past as soon as possible. And so Dorling has pitted. That is interesting. I thought he definitely would have been able to make it to the end, but apparently not. And now fresh mediums, which has fresh hearts, which has put him into traffic, and has given the option to Delano to, well, go for mediums till the end, which surely would make it, but I don't know. In the meantime, Doggers will have to watch out for not getting disqualified. That is a yellow flag. There is a 10-second penalty for Haley with a collision with Akakev. Same thing Doggers had, Haley now also has, and that is a wing damage for Haley as well. So that's gonna warrant a pit stop right now, and on a removal of the 10-second penalty. So he is gonna be right where Doggers is, or about right there where Doggers is, which is unlucky and basically race over for Haley to get a decent result. Oh, and Doggers gets 10 seconds for speeding into the pit lane as well. It is just not improving. And up to 22 seconds now. He's had a horror show of a race. In the meantime, Dorling has made quick work of everyone that was traffic for him, and now can set charge. He only needs 14 seconds. With 14 seconds and 9 laps, it's gonna be tough. But it's also gonna be tough for Delano to make it out, apparently, so we'll see what happens there. Fastest lap there for Dorling, and that will be noticed by everyone else. In the meantime, it is Bucko who spun into the pit lane. This could be the lap where Delano should pit if he chooses to do so, but I don't think he will. I think he'll try and make it to the end. And the pace difference, well, it is big, but is it big enough for Dorling to be able to catch up? If he does catch up, he'll overtake, because the grip advantage will just be too big, but has to catch up first. No real fight from Licorius, as now Dorling can truly start his challenge to try and get this win of the race. He has 8 full racing laps. also decides to pit, albeit very late. He decides that he cannot make it to the end on those hards, so that could be big for the guys ahead. In the meantime, in 1 lap time, Dorling has got 2 seconds, so I think it's very plausible that he is gonna win that race. That was a big send by a wheel, and he once again has an opportunity onto the straight. So this will prompt for Verlongis to start attack mode on JSS. And the wheel, well, he had the good angle for it, but we did just move out for it. It is Verlongis past JSS, and here comes a wheel as well, and that won't be a long battle at all, as there's a penalty for Gunnar. So Gunnar will drop an extra 3 seconds to the guys behind him. There is another McLaren stationary. We're about to finish, visit him now. There's also a Haas stationary. Who is that? That would be Watson, who has been overtaken by Hilly. The gap for Dorling to Delano. Now technically 4.4 seconds. So getting close. He could actually still do it. It is really about 4 laps to go, as there's a yellow flag. Where are we? Oh, that's Bucko again in the wall. I saw someone in the wall and I didn't realize who it was. And then I saw Admiral losing places, but it was Bucko who's stuck in the Fernando Alonso spot. He is going again though, which is good. And, only 3 guys at the moment without a time penalty, and those 3 guys could be finishing 1-3-4 or 2-3-4. Just depends on how quickly Dorling catches Delano. This could be a send. No, it is not, but it could have been, and it would have been awesome. In the meantime, Dorling has caught up to Delano. I am just curious, so I am gonna quickly check this. But does Dorling have any warnings? He has a 1, so I don't think he'll be getting a time penalty anytime soon. At this point, Delano might as well just pit and go for a fastest lap. I don't know if that's an extra point or not, but if it is, then well, that's what I would have done if I had the gap. So we're on the penultimate lap of the race. Will is catching up on Gunnar. This is for position because Will got another penalty. And it's gonna be tough because, well, Gunnar has DRS on Ryan. For how long though? Oh, he's crashed out! He tried to make a move with the DRS open. Oh, and he's got a lot of penalties. He has absolutely thrown it away. He tried to make a quick move to pull away from outside the DRS of Ryan, but with your DRS open, that is just not really a smart thing to do. And with that, he has lost a lot. He's gonna drop out of the top 10, maybe even with the amount of penalties he has. I'm sure he'll be able to get some removed, but I don't know, because it's all driver error. And here is Will on the inside of not Will, Vati on the inside of Will, not them. Doesn't matter. What matters is that Vati is passed. He does have 9 seconds worth of penalties though. And in the meantime, Dorling has caught up to Delano, and he's probably gonna even win this on track, which is mental. He has shown amazing pace. And I was gonna give driver of the day to Gunnar because he's had a good race as well. But with that, if JSS wins it, or not JSS, if Dorling wins this on track, then I'm gonna give it to him. It's gonna have to be a move into the final corner. And he is gonna do it. I mean, no stopping this man. The only thing that would stop him is if he DNFs, but he's gonna win in Canada. And once again extend the championship lead. It's Delano in second, who did a very good final stint. And a long while behind that is gonna be Licorius. But yeah, penalties have screwed this a bit. I wonder who will end up where. Top 3 won't change. After that, it is all a mystery. So it's Ryan 4th, Will, no, Admiral 5th, Vati 6th, Valungus 7th, Will 8th, Chris 9th. It is Gunnar's at the moment in P10. Will that be JSS? Yes, it will. Gunnar drops out of the top 10. That is pain. Out of the top 11 even. He won't be behind Watson, but that is so painful. He's had a horrid race. Oh, and Watson, he loses it at the final moment. And he's just gonna reverse towards the line. At that rate, Doggers might even beat him. Nah, Doggers has too many penalties. A way to finish it in style. That is. Whoa. Hello? Yeah, that has been one of the weirdest races I've ever done comments on. But the same result, and that is with this man who takes yet another victory. Insanely done. And yeah, congratulations, Dorling. And yeah, with that, I would like to thank you all for watching tonight's stream. If you have enjoyed, we'll be back next week for Monaco, which will be a wildcard that will be announced shortly in the Discord. Be sure to follow me on Twitch or just subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll be back next week. Oh my god, this race director is so long. But yeah, we'll be back next week for yet another stream. See you guys then. Good night.